All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and I am going to be very happy in this video to announce that Gervonta Davis will be ticking a whole lot of people off if the word out on the street is true, which is that he has a new opponent for the January of next year on a new network. And whole bunch of people ain't gonna like it, but me, I don't really care. I'll take it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where we are going to get what we ask for out of a fighter, but yet it is going to tick a whole lot of people off because you know how boxing fans are. Nothing makes them happy. So news came out on Twitter, if you want to call it that. I'm giving you what is out there. If it winds up being the case, great. If not, people are going to be happy on both sides, whether it happens or it doesn't happen. But the information that came out yesterday on Twitter was flying around was that Gervonta Davis's next opponent he will fight them in January on Amazon Prime, and it is an opponent that a whole lot of people saw coming and a whole lot of people complained about, and that is the Mexican lightweight, not champion, goes by the name of Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Now, before I get into the details of it and what I think about it, which is like, look, dude, I'll take it, because I think boxing fans need to make up their mind about what they want. Now, obviously, there are a lot of factions of boxing fans, but complain about the level of competition. We complain about the frequency of competition, and hate to break it to you, if you want frequency of competition, if you want to see these fighters fight a lot, and you want to see these guys fight the best fighters out there, those two are going to be very, very difficult to do at the same time. So when you see somebody that is being active and fighting on a consistent basis, you're going to get those guys fighting guys other than the top one or two dudes in the division. And that's what you're seeing with Gervonta Davis in this fight. And I'll get into the details of that. So if you don't like it, look, man, you gotta, in my personal opinion, you just got to make up your mind about what you want. Do you want to see PBC fighters fight more often, or do you want to see them fight the best? If you want to see both of those things, see them fight the best and see them fight more often, some of those fights are not going to be against the best. I'm not saying that Isaac Cruz is not one of the best, but before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It absolutely means a ton to the channel. Thank you for your support. Matty Yole and Deborah Booker and Barbara D, Jay Miller, Mr. Pragmatic, Paul Carrick, Stone Alone, all you guys that sponsor the channel. My guy Big Dog Willie, the winning team. Shout out to you and Team Haney. Bill said so. Anyway, let's get into this because this is an interesting topic. So Gervonta Davis is supposed to be fighting, at least the word is, supposed to be fighting Isaac Cruz in January under this new deal that the PBC will be announcing with Amazon Prime. As you know, Showtime Boxing closed down, and now the PBC is going to sign another network deal. People were wondering where it would be. Speculation is that it's going to be Amazon Prime because Al Heyman and the PBC are not interested in doing business with DAZN and ESPN, I suppose, was never really brought up. But there you go. So the schedule is going to come out. Gervonta Davis versus Isaac Cruz. Now, myself personally, I don't have a problem with the fight. If I could press a magic button and get whatever fight I want, that wouldn't be the fight that I chose, but I don't have a problem with the fight. And it is because of the reason that I mentioned earlier. I want to see the best fight the best. I do. I want to see Gervonta fight Shakur Stevenson. I want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Devin Haney. I want to see Devin Haney fight Shakur Stevenson. And anybody else that you may think is a top lightweight. Andy Cruz as he comes up. Keyshawn Davis, if you consider Keyshawn Davis to be that, right? Frank Martin, Edwin De Los Santos, William Foster. I know William Foster. I think it's William Foster Jr. If it's William Foster III, please forgive me. But there's a bunch of lightweights out there that are very, very good fighters, and I'd love to see them all fight each other. Here's the thing, though. I also want to see the best fighters fight on a regular basis. And that is something that I've really settled into after watching what has taken place with Errol Spence Jr. over the last several years, where one of the best fighters in boxing you get to see once every 3 years. For whatever reason, right? Whether it is early in his career with people not wanting to fight him, or later with him getting in car accidents and having different injuries, or people pulling out of negotiations for fights. Whatever the case is, man, you do not see him enough. You also, if you pay attention to boxing and to what us many boxing fans complain about with the PBC, is that their fighters are inactive. You don't see Keith Thurman fighting. You don't see Danny Garcia fighting. Jaron Ennis has only had one fight this year. 26 years old, only had one fight this year, while you see other guys having 2-3 fights a year. Well, one of the people, Jamal Charlo being one, Jermell Charlo being another. One person that you've not seen that out of, though, is Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta fought 2 times in 2023, and he would have fought 3 times, more than likely, if he had not served a 6-month jail sentence for a hit-and-run accident that took place a couple years ago in Baltimore. More than likely, you would have seen him fight 3 times. So he's going to jump out there, if it's right that he's going to jump out there in January or jump out there in February against Isaac Cruz. Number one, good job for being active and giving boxing fans another opportunity to see you perform and see you put another show on, right? That's a good thing in being active. Who he's fighting at this point in time, if you look at all the situations with all the other top fighters, for the most part, they either just fought already, or they're about to fight, right? Now, of course, there's guys like Frank Martin that doesn't fit, and a group of other fighters that it doesn't fit. But with Gervonta Davis, Isaac Cruz is not the best fight to take place. But again, I'll take it. I didn't mind seeing Deontay Wilder fight Dominic Breazeale in between the Tyson Fury fights. I don't mind seeing guys like I don't mind seeing guys like Terrence Crawford take on mandatory challengers like Egis Kalvanakis. As long as you give good fights, as long as you give maybe a good fight. If you're going to fight 3 times, make 2 of them good. Make 1 of them good. And in the case of Gervonta Davis, I think we got 2 of them in a row. Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia. I think those are both very, very good fights, entertaining fights that I had a degree of butterflies in my stomach for. More so the Hector Garcia than the Ryan Garcia, but still stands. So look, man, I'll take it, and I think boxing fans need to figure out just what do you want? Do you want everyone to be the best fight ever? Then you're gonna see what happens with Errol and Terrence take place with Errol sitting there for long periods of times, waiting on that fight to get happening. Just make the fight. Just make another fight. That's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.